Good evening and welcome. My name is Crystal Gonzalez, reporting live from Los Angeles on this Mercury retrograde in Pisces moving into Aquarius. I'm also here to expose you motherfuckers. We do have the full moon in Virgo, so think back to the last video I showed you guys about those thirsty motherfuckers sliding into your DMs. You should be getting those DMs starting now. However, I have a lot of information about that. Let's start off with the Mercury retrograde in Pisces. The Mercury retrograde brings us miscommunication, confusion. It's just a really weird time where people just don't feel themselves. Since it was in Pisces, that meant that we were a little more emotional. Now that I moved into Aquarius, that means we're in the logical phase. So we could have been really upset about something, and now we're thinking, hey, I'm a boss ass bitch. And we're feeling more grounded, and we're realizing that it's best to take our time with things. This retrograde is teaching the collective how to better control their emotions after heartbreak and disappointment. You are learning how to better control your reactions and the emotions. This Virgo full moon happening on Sunday night will bring health and healing. We are all realizing that we are our only obstacle, and we're learning how to make the best of every situation. Going back to the retrograde, especially if you have just dealt with a breakup or something of that sort, remember this: silence can be the best response. Use the mute button when necessary. And come to think of it, why is it when we want a specific person to communicate with us, it's always these thirsty motherfuckers sliding in our DMs and talking our ears off? I don't know why it happens. It's like an energetic pool. We want attention, so all these thirsty motherfuckers just come at us with full force. So if you guys experienced that, just know that it is okay to take some time for yourself and to let them know, hey, I need some space. Or if they're absolutely not getting the hint, it is okay to go ahead and just leave them on red. So reminders for this retrograde: silence can be the best response, especially if you're dealing with somebody who disrespected you or who told you some really horrible things. Use the mute button. Speak little of others, if at all. It's never a great use of time to talk about other people. Even when it's not the retrograde, it's still not a good use of time unless you're speaking highly of them. Communicate with yourself before with anyone else. So really get in tune with yourself and realize, what do you want? What are you looking for in the relationships that you surround yourself with? Also, be sure to charge your phone. Keep your phone charged, because some of the miscommunication can happen with technology issues. So sometimes your phone won't work, sometimes like the internet won't be working, and it could be as simple as you not having your phone charged, so your phone is dead, so you can't actually communicate. Also, remember, it's okay to feel emotions, but you must deal with them logically. If somebody ignored you, or they just said some really horrible things to you, or maybe you had a breakup with somebody, do not go after them and start cussing them out or arguing with them or trying to start an argument. Just leave them to be. Also, another reminder, when you are about to level up, and that means move to that next frequency, you will be tested. The thing is, you gotta know how to deal with whatever you're being tested with. Say you got a flat tire. Don't go on social media and start complaining about it. Just take it in and just know that you're being tested, and this phase will end. Also, when you are leveling up, remember that there is the death of everything that you're leaving. That means it is important to leave everything and everyone that is no longer serving you and your highest self. If these people or things are not benefiting you in any way, if they're not positive beings in your life, you need to let them go and just keep them in the past. You need to leave everyone in your past who is not a vibrational match. Otherwise, you will not succeed to the next level. You'll be pulled back. So let's go ahead and get into this exercise to release these old toxic attachments. So for this exercise, this is what you guys are gonna do. Before we go into this exercise, this is a warning that your mind doesn't always like change. You might think to yourself that you're doing this wrong or it's not working, but trust me, it's going to help. You're gonna go ahead and go to a quiet space, relax and close your eyes and look down toward your knees to get yourself out of your head. You're gonna do that and go into this meditative state. The goal of this exercise is to get your feelings from a 10 to a 0. First, while looking down, imagine an elevator going down from the center of your head down to your heart. Go ahead and open up those elevator doors and feel around. Once you feel around, you're gonna distinguish one of two things, where you feel the most energy. Is it in your heart or is it a clenching in your stomach? Okay, are you feeling heartache or are you feeling that clench? So if you don't know, just go ahead and pick one. This will still work. If you do feel that energy, that just means that it's ready to be released and it just doesn't know where to go. Next, you're gonna identify, what are you lacking? Do you feel like you don't have enough control? Do you feel like you're not getting the approval you want from others? Or are you lacking a sense of safety? Once again, if you don't know the answer, just go ahead and pick one. Usually when we are holding on to something in a relationship, we go to that place in our mind and we ask ourselves, what is happening in my relationship? If you ask your mind something like, what's my address? Then it will have that information, it will replay it to you. But if you ask a question to yourself, like, what's going on in my relationship? Your mind doesn't actually have that answer. It keeps on replaying that question over and over, and it's a way of blocking. It's a way of blocking your abundance and your joy and your happiness. If there is some loose ends, they're gonna feel that energy, so it's best that you release it from them. This is going to help transmute any negative energy and unanswered questions. So since I didn't have all the meditative music and all that stuff, I'm not sure how effective this would be for you guys with me just telling you what to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop a link in my bio for the actual legitimate exercise, and you can purchase it. You can purchase it from Justine Kenzer. She's a psychic healer. I have actually used this recording before. I probably used it up to like 5 times by now. This came to me at a time where I did want to get over a relationship very quickly. I just wanted to let that person go. So I used it and it was really beneficial. I see there's a lot of people that it would be beneficial for them to use it as well. I highly recommend it if you're getting over a past relationship, or even if you feel like you've gotten over that person. Maybe there's some unresolved issues that you have from them. Maybe they cheated on you. Maybe they cheated on you with a friend. Maybe they told you some really horrible things. No matter what it is, I highly recommend this recording. Once again, my name is Crystal Gonzalez and I was reporting on the Mercury retrograde from Pisces to Aquarius and the full moon in Virgo. Have a nice night.